Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. A very special E3 week episode. ESR is back. We've been covering it since yesterday, and today we saw a whole lot of footage hit the internet in the last couple hours here, Jack. It's time to go from Halo and Gears over to Black Ops 3. This was not at the Microsoft party last night. No. It was instead part of Sony's press conference.
Yeah, a lot of people were wondering what's going to happen with that one. Obviously, Xbox was everything these last couple of years with Call of Duty, DLC, exclusivity, COD champs. I know, I'm just
It's an entire franchise. Like.
Well, no, we ran Black Ops 1 on PlayStation. They supported competitive.
In terms of exclusivity and DLC, it's never once been Sony.
Well, whatever. DLC. It's on Sony now. They announced it at the conference last night. Probably one of the biggest aspects of their entire announcement. They obviously showed off some big first-party titles, but when they tweeted out that PlayStation users would have exclusivity, their tweet blew up thousands and thousands of retweets. A lot of people were wondering what's going to happen. Well, it's fully been announced now, and gameplay is all over the place.
There was a trend war last night. It was Xbox or Riot. Yeah. And then the other one was PlayStation Nation.
It was good times.
Going back and forth. I saw them all over my Twitter feed, the trending topics. But today we were going to take a look at several videos. What's this first one we're looking at, Jack?
So we have a couple of announcement videos from last night. Obviously, prior to just going live, we found out the embargo was lifted. So we have a couple multiplayer videos to show, but these were really from the presentation yesterday. We have the campaign video and then the multiplayer video that Vonderhaar introduced.
You play the campaign in Black Ops? You play any of the Call of Duty campaigns? Do you play the campaigns?
Yes, I played a few.
All right,
of course you would.
For you, Jack, we will show the campaign. I was going to skip right through it.
It's just a short little video. We can enjoy it.
All right, well, you know what? Let's just go straight to multiplayer.
Yeah, straight to multiplayer.
We threw it in there. We threw it in there. We didn't know it was going to be all multiplayer.
It's worth mentioning. Just going back to the whole, Sony exclusivity and whatnot. Yeah. We talked about DLC, but it's also kind of big as well because Call of Duty never really does that beta. You're never able to play. I think the last time they did it was World at War. They had this time, and it's exclusive to Sony for the first, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a big chunk of time
pretty
you can
huge.
get. So that's another really, really big factor to this whole, Sony versus Microsoft.
I remember seeing people in New York paying $450 for an early copy of Advanced Warfare.
Oh,
Now you can spend $400, get yourself a PlayStation 4, and play 2 weeks early for the beta.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Might be something you need to do.
But here is a look, guys, at some of the multiplayers from the announcement last night. Really exciting gunplay action here. We all watched it, and the video team was going nuts this morning when we watched it back from VOD.
Every single time we've had one of these trailers, we've kind of sat here and broken it down pretty rigorously. And I kind of want to do a similar thing where we watch it through once, just kind of enjoy and appreciate it, and then watch it back again, and just break down absolutely every element of the trailer, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Obviously, the guys at Trailer do a great job of trailers and Activision as well. COD trailers are always absolutely awesome. But they try and include a lot of information, which sometimes I feel people kind of miss, and just the excitement of, oh my god, trailer's finally here. We get to see what we want. And again, this is the first time you've seen multiplayer from Call of Duty at E3.
Yep.
Probably you have to wait to Gamescom.
You just anti-wall run that guy and then snipe him while run.
Yeah, it's a badass trailer. It really is. You've got to give them some serious props for just how awesome this trailer is. But as I mentioned, a lot of stuff going on.
Sure, I can't break it down now?
No, let's watch it through once.
Got to enjoy it.
You guys
One thing is, this gun is extremely strong.
This is Puckett's foul back. I asked Vaughn for it. He not only gave me the assault rifle, I also get a pistol version.
Yeah, they're both just as strong. It's pretty insane.
It's a badass trailer.
Oh yeah. That looks like red.
This is my character, Curing Brawl. I'm the Laminator.
Did you just call yourself a Laminator?
Yeah, can you really kill feet, bro?
The way that sub looks reminds me of P90.
Yeah, the Laminator is the sickest! Yes!
And that just couldn't be more badass.
Oh my god.
Underwater shooting.
If you want to swim, you want to run on walls, you want to drop mechs down, they got it all. That was pretty freaking sweet. That's the official trailer. You guys can catch it on YouTube right now. 11/6, again, that is the launch date. November 6th, we're going to see it everywhere. You'll be able to get it. As Ben mentioned, though, beta's coming before that.
Yes.
PlayStation getting it before Xbox users.
A little bit. Which is,
and the chat's not really happy about this.
No, it's not just the chat. Which is happy.
about that.
Chat's a little.
Tell you that right now for free. I'm definitely not happy about that. I wanted it to be equal terms, but it wasn't. But I think it's kind of expected, but that's neither here nor there. Let's start the trailer one more time and just give our immediate thoughts to exactly what we see.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned, there's a lot. If there's something that we want to talk about, we'll just kind of pause the trailer and just go a little bit more in depth about that. But first thing to note, it's pretty badass.
Let's pause it right
Pause it here? Immediately. Yo, straight off the bat. What do you know, Chris?
So give me the HUD breakdown that you guys see. Obviously, I'm
Score
taking a look
streaks.
at score streaks on the far right.
Yep.
Normally we had kind of perks there in Black Ops 2 in addition to the score streaks. Right now in the HUD you have your ammo and you have like a special thing there in the bottom right.
Yeah, so exactly. That's exactly what it's called, the specialist. So the bottom right, it shows how close you are to getting your perk. I've watched a bunch of gameplay of this. While you guys were going through Payday, I watched a few multiplayer matches. On average, people were getting their specialist twice in a game from what I was seeing.
So it's pretty much like Destiny.
Yeah.
You're going to get you super twice a game.
Now, some may take longer, some may take less. Some of them are more weapon streaks,
Okay.
while others can see through walls. The one lady who can kind of pulse out and see through things.
Basically,
for competitive
ping on steroids.
Yeah, but for competitive, not sure how that's going to work out. Your score streaks, where they normally are, showing how much more score you need to get the next level of them. You have your tomahawk back. You have your tactical
Swag.
and frag grenades there, your ammo, everything in the bottom right.
And of course, we should mention, I also watched another video, and that specialist, that's going to continue whether or not you die. So it's not like any of the other normal score
Like a
streaks
death
where you're
streak kind of thing.
only earning points during that life.
Yeah.
It's continuous throughout your game. So if you're doing the objective, being taken out quite a bit, doesn't matter. You'll still be rewarded. So let's go back into the action. We'll continue to break it down. But this is just the first of many characters we're going to see
All right.
throughout.
Pause immediately. Wall running. Now, you could just see exactly how fluid that was. Wall running was something that we saw Titanfall try and do. To be honest, it didn't feel fluid. That looks really, really simple. It didn't seem any like kind of clunky feel to that. It was just I'm going to jump, run along the wall, and you can see whilst running in a gunfight as well.
Major thing to notice, that white bar right underneath your iron sights.
I'm glad you noticed that.
That shows the energy that you basically have left in your double jump. So I don't know if it's a double jump.
It's not double.
It's like a glide. It's like a jetpack glide up.
It's just your energy level.
Yeah, it's
I think is the best way of explaining. So
Movement bonus.
Yeah,
right. With that, you can obviously run on walls. You can jump. You can kind of glide.
Wall running doesn't actually take away from your bar. You actually reload from it. No, if we go back
Are
a
you
couple
100%
seconds,
sure about that?
yes, you'll see. When he jumps up towards the wall, because he has to glide a little bit, it uses some of his energy right here. Then when he's on the wall, it actually regens. And then he uses more of his boost to dive down. I noticed that in the gameplay.
See, I'm not a fan of that.
Why?
Because if you're running on walls, you should take away your energy. You can't tell me you can just naturally run on a wall.
Ben, I'm
It's-
so fast, I can run over any wall I want.
I think it's more in this game of
Okay.
they're taking the momentum carries you on the gliding of the wall, and then as you hop off, you can use it more. That's a special.
All right,
The
pause
dive
that.
down, it basically, you drill, I don't even know what those are. It causes like a
Giant
shockwave around.
spikes.
Yeah.
It's very similar to kind of that's
So if we can go back, once again, you'll see the buttons. It tells you can utilize the buttons, I
left
believe.
bumper, right.
Left and right bumper, here it is, boom, takes out both players on the capture point.
All right.
So absolutely strong there.
And then he gets played by this chick.
Now there are 9 specialists they released. They showed off 2 more here this weekend. Here's a look at the shotgun.
Love the knee slide kind of back, or it's kind of like a butt slide.
Yep.
But all right, pause again, because this is really important. This is part of that other specialist. It's a pistol.
Yep.
Again, very similar to some of the Destiny supers. For any of you guys that played it, kind of like the golden gun.
Yep.
You'll see here just how powerful that pistol really is.
One-shot wonder.
It's like it really is. It's a one-shot wonder. He's about to get like a focus. I mean, that's the first jumps, the collaterals, those guys.
Now, one thing I do want to point out is right there, and that scene is actually really important because that sniper who just took her out shows that, yes, you might have your specialist ability, but you can be killed just as easy from what we've seen so far. You can have a bow out, but your bow out, but if you get shot in the back, you're dead just like any other thing. You don't have health bonuses, anything along those lines. Obviously, for this trailer, she had kills lined up, so it wound up being pretty easy. But once there was a player who she didn't spot, she was easily taken out.
And again, you see a little bit more of that wall running being able to.
I don't think wall running is an issue.
No,
I think it enhances the movement, as bummed as you are.
Just pause right there real quick. A couple things to note. Sniping looked very, very similar to kind of Black Ops 2 feel.
Yeah.
It was just like a pretty
Yo,
decent.
Pomage is going to be
quick scope.
so pumped to be wall running and no scoping.
Already seen a couple of streaks. The RCXD obviously renamed in this one, but it's basically the same UAV as well. Crossbow, pretty badass. I imagine it's going to be tough to use though. I don't think that's going to be.
You get
Does that
9
seem
shots
easy?
with it when you activate it, and if you die, it goes away.
Okay.
And then
I'm
you
good
have
with
2 shots
this.
at the beginning.
So one shot kills, and it's
they
explosive.
Yeah. So it's quite strong. If you can get good with that, you can
Sounds
definitely
a little
do something.
devastating.
Now
for hard
this
point.
gun is
pause immediately. This gun is probably the most I don't know
This
whether
is-
it's just
this
a
is my
trailer.
foul.
The time to kill on this is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, melts people. Things to point out. Obviously, Hardpoint, one of the conferred game modes back. They're playing it right now. So far, from all the gameplay we've seen, Hardpoint has been played at a 7-minute game, up to 175 score. Now, that might just be because they want to let people in and out, not the normal 10 minutes, 250 score
There's
we
no
see.
time limit in that.
Yeah.
This is just the trailer. The other gameplays that people are
Jack's
releasing at the
jumping
moment.
forward. He's jumping.
I'm just
We'll keep
explaining.
going.
And then
We're doing a trailer breakdown.
Good. You're failing, but you can do better.
I'm just trying to get.
You see just how quickly you drop you with this guy. And then this is
It's
the
a
concerning thing
two-pop.
for me. Look at the pistol. That was hip fire.
Yeah. One,
Like,
two.
Come on.
It's
that's
2
fine.
bullets per guy, right? Or is that 3 for
And
the pistol?
there's his special ability.
Pause.
He goes back in time.
So this, again, like Destiny, is kind of that blink that you can
Yo,
can
why
do.
you gotta say it so like Destiny?
Because it is. You've seen 3 supers all very similar to Destiny. You got the golden gun, you got the gravity smash, kind of Hulk smash, then you got the blink.
See, I don't know if this is a blink
It's
or
the
more.
it's the same develop. I mean, it's Activision. It kind of makes sense.
I don't know if this is
You
a
had
blink or
something
more of a
before.
reset where he was because he goes back to the
And you
exact
can
same spot he was in.
And look at the logo before he uses it.
It's exactly.
Is it kind of like a rewind?
It's an hourglass.
Go a little bit further back. Little bit further back.
It's an hourglass. An hourglass is full, and it just shows you resort back in time.
Pretty
And he
sick.
just blames the guy in the side of the head.
But then he gets destroyed by the Laminator, a.k.a. Chris Puckett.
This gun reminds me so much of a P90.
PDW for me.
Laptop gun.
Gets the streaks.
So UAV, care package is back, lightning strike.
Smoke is devastating. Killa is going to be pumped
Yeah.
for the new smokes.
Oh yeah.
See just exactly how powerful that is.
This thing is crazy.
Spike drones, rocket
You can
launchers.
shoot underwater. That's another thing. And just go back a second, if you could, and get ready to pause. Wait for it. I think you went 3, 2, 1. Pause now. All right. So you see, kind of mid gunfight. If you hit play, I want you to watch what drops down. Hellstorm missile.
That's what it looks like.
Has to be.
Yo,
From what I've
they
seen,
didn't cluster it, though. That is a noob using
I think they did
this.
though. Watch.
It
See
looks
multiple
like-
things drop down.
my biggest thing is it looks like kill streaks or score streaks are attainable in this game. Much easier to get than AW. Back to the Black Ops 2 style
Yeah,
where they can be used in competitive from what
Same
we've seen.
time, all those score streaks are being shown kind of in a
Intentional.
cinematic, intentional situation. I want to see how easy is it to acquire. The one thing we did see was everyone had a UAV. Like, everyone was able to get that right away. So that's still going to be low.
See a couple more streaks there, and then of course the trailer comes to an
I'm
end. So-
pumped. I thought that was a great way to showcase the multiplayer right away.
was good.
The fears I had in that were time to kill. I was like, please don't make it Ghost Speed or
Even AW.
even AW where
AW and Ghost are
going
very
back
similar.
to Black Ops 2 and being able to watch like an M8 player survive a first
Right.
round and then like come back and win that fight, I loved it. I hope that we're going to see similar time to kill, but it's the same crew who made Black Ops 2. You have to assume they also know what to do.
Yeah, some other things that have been talked about a lot was the gunsmith. You can have up to 6 attachments on your weapon. Major differences there. And then you can also bring it to the weapon paint shop
We actually have a video.
to make it really unique.
Weapon paint shop.
No, this is the. I think that.
Oh.
I think yeah.
No,
I think
never
this
mind.
is just the.
I lie.
One of the trailers of it. So, a lot of new information coming out about Black Ops 3 in just the last 12 hours. Now, a lot of your favorite YouTubers who went out there to
What was
record
the-
some gameplay have now been able to post it as well, and that's really where I was watching a lot of it.
What was the DLC announcement? Because there was an initial announcement about how DLC will work.
Yeah, it's
I didn't catch that.
it's how Xbox has now, where it comes to PlayStation first.
Oh, that was
So
the initial
nothing-
video was.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just the exclusivity deal. That's just how.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, you get it first.
You got me excited.
Which actually has taken a little bit for PlayStation users to get some of the DLC maps that we take for granted. So I wonder how long is that delay after PlayStation gets it that Xbox users will
It'll
have
probably be the
available?
same. It's like 2 weeks, I think.
I think it might be even longer. Like I think they just got the Ohm LMG shotgun combo like 7 or 8 days ago.
No way.
It,
I swear.
It
That's
also
how long-
depends
it's like a
on
month almost.
PlayStation 4 versus PlayStation 3 and other things, for example. Anyway, I don't think we'll have to worry about that on 11/6, and that's what I'm looking forward to is the first day of the game. We are going to take a look at some YouTuber video. Now, this is going to be from T. Martin. one of our favorite personalities who's not only very familiar with the competitive scene, he's also all over the place with his casual pub stomping. Here he is with his 10-minute gameplay video. Actually, this is 5 minutes 43 seconds. Jack, you were watching this earlier. What did you see from T. Martin?
Can I restart this really quick? I
You
want you to see the start. In AW, when you start a game, it's overclock pop, knife out, sprinting, double jumping. This normal running, nothing too crazy. It kind of shows how drastic of a movement change there has been between the two games. There's obviously the wall running, but T. Martin explains things a little bit off the start, but then he goes purely into gameplay sound, so we'll be able to talk over it a little bit more. This is your normal AK or AN-94 assault rifle. That slower fire rate, but has that easy-to-control up and down recoil. He talks about it in this game mode.
I'm immediately just going in. The time to kill is so fast.
It is.
Like that he just put 2 bullets into someone and they died.
I spoke to a couple people who got to play the game, and that's the one complaint that they had as well.
But that
the
is
LMGs are even crazier. I watched a gameplay of someone using one of those.
And how easy is that to fix? It's something
Oh,
like
exactly.
bump up to 200
in the beta.
if needed.
Now, here's something that was also to be pointed out. This is the girl who can see through the walls. You basically, just get wall vision, and it comes back. It comes back quicker than I'd say some of the kill streaks that can just get you free kills, like the minigun or the bow.
So anything which isn't really gonna.
He just got it. He just got it 15 seconds ago, and he's already halfway to getting it back.
Now, is that just based purely off kills from what you've seen? Or
kills and score.
It's all score. You can see it accumulating in the bottom right.
So objective work will count towards that. See, like
that
for example, he didn't do anything and he just got it.
So yeah, it slowly ticks on. So he got that first one that we saw at 850. He got the second one at 8. So you can use this a lot more during a match than I believe the other the kill more type of streaks that we have or specialist perks.
I know one setting that might not be used very often.
Yeah.
Obviously on the PlayStation 4, you can see use square to pick up. That's teammate T. Martin.
Now, I was also watching a hardpoint game.
Ridiculous.
I was watching a hard. Yeah, he can use it really often. Like that person is.
So does it stop as soon as you get the first kill, or what's the
He's
time?
already at quarter of the way, and you can just see it is cranking up actually really quick.
It just gives them a ping, so you can see where they are, and then it goes away whether you get a kill or not. It just gives you like, let's say.
So
3
on
or
his
4 seconds.
minimap, you'll notice he was using a perk, Sixth Sense, I believe it was his
Yes.
third perk, and you see his minimap on the top left,
showing when people are behind him.
lighting up in red. So what does that perk do, Jack?
So from what we have understood so far is that it kind of alerts you when a player is either behind you directly, or it could even be just when they're getting really close. I haven't been able to tell quite yet from all the gameplay I've seen, but it's something that also, honestly, on the competitive standpoint, I don't know how much that'll be appreciated.
It's too early to tell. So this is his third specialist, and it's at 6:45.
Yeah. He's getting that so frequently.
So he's basically getting 1 a minute at this rate.
And now you can see he's getting closer and closer to score streaks. He actually gets them in this gameplay. I was watching a hard point earlier, Ben, and this is something I wanted to point out was I was counting how long it would take sometimes for these players to rotate back to the hill, and it was just like Black Ops 2 timing.
Nice.
I was actually really excited
Lightning
to see.
Strike.
Lightning Strike is back.
Show me it.
And once again, something to point out, this is a TDM type setting. He got it in 6 or 7 kills, which is normally what a Lightning Strike was. It was, I believe it was between 7 and 8 kills.
Yeah, how
like
badass
725
is that?
points.
Yes.
The Lightning Strike is exactly how it was from what we've seen in Black Ops 2. Look at the time it takes for it to come in, the exact same. An example of where kill streaks can come back into play. You can easily have your anchor say, hey, you know what, I'm going to decide to play for score streaks, or your objective player goes on a little spree inside the hill, gets a couple free captures,
Wraith
boom,
ready.
you got a streak.
Okay, let's see what this Wraith is.
From what we've understood, it is just like a stealth chopper.
Stealth chopper. Okay.
Yes.
That's
So-
a stealth. What you're telling me? What you just called him as a
The
stealth
raid,
chopper?
Yes.
Yeah.
So from what we see, look, 750 points to get a lightning strike. That's almost identical. Is it not exactly identical to Black Ops 2?
725.
So, yeah, yeah. So and Hellstorm was what, 700, or it was right around the
Yeah.
same. So
Hellstorm was what, 550?
No, it was up above that. I think
Was
they
it 650?
increased it after some patches.
yeah, once you get one more kill after getting a Hellstorm, you got your lightning.
Right.
I should know this. That's awful.
So you can see
It's been 2 years, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't
played-
forgive myself still.
almost 30 days of Black Ops 2, and I don't even remember. So the honestly, Ben, when you first looked at it,
Yo, this
and
Wraith,
from what you
though.
see right here, obviously some of the the time to kill and things along those lines.
Honestly, like that's the only.
This map.
That- I'm so
Ooh,
happy
did you
about
see
that.
the melee?
Yeah.
The melee was
Two
a
hit.
2-punch?
Yeah, two.
I
two
really wish we had the other gameplay I saw, because you saw grenades in action. When you use a grenade, from what we've seen so far, you pull it out like in Counter-Strike. where you have to pull it out and then you throw it, and you can get caught basically with your pants down with your grenade out.
But you
That you can get
all
punished.
grenades or just the frag grenade?
From what we saw, the type of Semtex type grenade in the other gameplay, when you'd have to pull it out, and then like he got dropped while just like holding it before he even threw it, because it wasn't like a nade you cooked. It was just to use your nade, he had to pull it out and then like walk around the corner and then throw it.
Interesting.
Also things I was noticing in Hardpoint, when your team had the right spawn.
Oh, that looks sick, by the way.
Oh, there's even something cooler at the end of this as well. There's the victory screen, and then there's
Whoa, go back to the game.
Yeah, bring it back.
they show the kill cam,
Bring it back, Ethan.
So it shows the kill cam and then what?
and then you'll see it's actually pretty cool.
Winners, Black Ops.
Right about there. It shows your top scores of the game on either team. Your loadout, you have the different specialists you use, and then the full score, the full scoreboard.
Yo.
Kills, deaths ratio, and assists.
T Martin with that 4.43, guys. That
You know
is
what I
T
really
Martin's
wanna see?
channel.
What?
Check it out, youtube.com/T Martin without an I.
Fact. I want to see the scoreboard at the end of a Hardpoint game.
I would love if we could look up and see if we could find a hardpoint game, because Ben, I will tell you,
He will
the
tell
only thing
us
I was
that.
doing was watching the minimap to see where players were spawning and
No,
where they
I'm
were
not
coming from.
interested in that. I just want to know what is on the scoreboard in Hardpoint.
Oh, okay.
Because we see kills, deaths, and assists in that. One of the big things which has been very vocal from the community is they want to see time spent on hill in the scoreboard. Whether that's something which maybe Treyarch have implemented on a public level, or maybe they have like an eSports game mode, which has now become more and more common in Call of Duty. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But my big note really from that first side was, oh my god, that's a hunter killer.
Yep.
Was this a Hardpoint gameplay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Just-
full screen that. Really.
Whoa. Hey there, buddy.
Oh, they didn't show it at the end. They cut it out.
Yep, they didn't show it. Sorry, you're not getting it.
Failures.
Big picture. Score streaks look awesome. They're back. Jack, don't worry about it.
I'm trying to cancel it from going to a video of a goat screaming for us.
Oh, okay.
Where I get
Understood.
blasted on the other one.
They got that. Don't worry. They're in charge of that.
I remember my first time.
It's okay.
Whatever.
Overall, though, first impressions on the game, we watched 6 minutes of gameplay there from T Martin. We also saw the multiplayer reveal. I'm most excited about score streaks. Lightning Strike doesn't look devastating. That Wraith might be powerful, but we'll see how many shots does it take to take it down. Stealth Choppers, once we figured it out, weren't too difficult to get rid of.
Yeah.
Young Ben, time to kill. It's the only thing that scares you.
It's like, I know it can be fixed, and I know that's why everyone's gonna say, oh, like we have to go through beta. That's why they're gonna fix things. But it's like, well,
But I think you're making too big of a deal of it.
Really? 'Cause that's
if the time to kill is the issue, we can control how much health the player has.
we don't know that though.
You double
we
the
don't,
player's
but we don't know that though.
Well,
Yeah, traditionally, yes.
you in Advanced Warfare?
No. In esports rules, yeah, you could.
yeah.
But just because you
Could
can do
you
it,
in Ghost?
just because you can do it, but we didn't, and we probably should.
Could you
But we
in
didn't.
Ghost?
But we should have done.
Just saying.
Still,
Don't make a mountain
not-
out of a molehill here, Ben.
But then that goes back to the original argument that you don't want to be changing that many stuff, right? Like you want it to be as out of the box as possible.
Right.
To explain to a new viewer, oh, by the way, we put the health up 200%. Average Joe Blogs down the road is gonna be like, why did you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it would be better if the time to kill was high. That is all I'm gonna say. Everything else looks really cool. I'm glad that the streaks are kind of back.
Yeah.
To good streaks.
Yo, OG Crackers agrees with me. Benson is so negative today.
I'm negative.
So
I'm being
negative.
realistic.
Negative
I don't know how I feel about the specialist abilities either, to be honest. Especially the what was it called, where you can kind of see through walls.
I forget the exact name.
Like he was getting that once a minute.
Yeah.
Like once a minute. That isn't. Oh yeah, you can use it twice a game. That's I'm getting it a lot.
Do you know how many total we're gonna see?
Of specialist abilities, there's 9 announced right
Nine
now.
of them.
9 different specialists. So there's definitely different ones to play with. Obviously, if 1 or 2 might need to be banned, that's something.
And
I like
assume if
the-
it's 6-on-6, you're not gonna have unique ones each time. So I wonder how many of us can play with the same specialist ability. Will we all be running the same specialist ability?
Well,
I mean, it's like exo ability. It's like, oh, how many different exo abilities are you gonna see, and that kind of narrowed itself down. But
Yeah.
I mean, look at the ones we know already, right? You have the Annihilator, which is the one-shot pistol. You got the gravity spikes, the Spiral, which is the bow and arrow. As cool as that is, don't think you're really gonna see that a lot because it seems pretty tough to use. It was more of a
it
I'm
looked
gonna
the
go
same
for
as the
montages.
Annihilator, though.
No, the Annihilator was like the golden gun from Destiny. You just aim that and shoot, and it's gonna blow.
Didn't you see that same thing with the bow?
I think it required a little bit more skill than that because it looked to me as if you hit right trigger once, kind of pulled it back, and then you had to do it twice. It wasn't just kind of like I see you shoot and it goes. There's a little bit of delay, but that's just what I
gotta hold
noticed.
that trigger.
The Scythe, which is the one on Gatling gun, that seemed pretty powerful. Like, very, very powerful.
It looked like you got the War Machine, or no, Death Machine from Black Ops 2.
Right, very similar to that. And the Tempest, which was the electric gun as well. I think you'll see Glitch a lot, which was the teleport back. That was really cool. I like that a lot.
I got to hear.
I'm curious to know like where the glitch spot back is, if that makes sense.
I got to hear about the Tempest ability a little bit, and
Okay.
it sounds like it's something that can be chained. So if you two are close to each other, and I hit you with it, and you're too close, it'll chain to you, and I'll pick up like a two-piece off of it. Something
You're
like
on
that.
the hard point. I'm totally
Yeah.
Tempesting you.
Things that I'm looking at. Once again, I'm with Benson. The time to kill does seem a little bit quick for me. I think that the movement is so nice at the moment. I'm excited to see how pro players wind up working with it. I'm happy there's no dashing and kind of over the top, super fast-paced movement. When you spawn in, it's not just popping overclock and running. It's more, let me sprint. Hardpoint looks, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how much better it looks. People are going to be really pumped to see that one in action. I think that if it's on maps of the right size, on the map that I watched earlier, if you held the correct spawn, pushed for it, and held it down with an anchor, the other team would spawn out. I counted the exact seconds from respawning to running back with no respawn timer. It took the kid 14 seconds, which if he's not able to break it, that gives you 3 to 4 times or chances of breaking a hard point in one rotation, which is exactly what we saw in Black Ops 2. I think it's going to be so much
So it's
better
like
in this
old
game
school,
mode.
basically.
I keep preaching
Which is
it, but
good.
it looks so good.
I wonder what other game types. Obviously, we've seen TDM, we've seen Domination, we've seen Hardpoint.
Yeah.
There has to be some
What do you
other-
want?
By the look of that, could you honestly tell me uplink wouldn't work?
And that's something I was thinking. This is
You-
something
you only
people
need one
panicked.
double jump to get in,
People
right?
panicked. They were like, oh, no double jump uplink's ruined.
I
Whereas,
100% think it can still work. Because all you need is that double jump.
but how slow would the ball carrier be?
That's a whole other option, is you'd have to figure out exactly how it works. From what I've seen so far with the spawns, it looks... I can't tell you how good the spawns look, man.
I
They
would
make
love to
so
see
much sense.
I would love to see it.
I
No
wish you-
videos right now on YouTube with Black Ops 3 uplink. Just
I mean, it
Oh,
hasn't
yeah, I
been
don't
released.
think
They're only
it's
gonna-
even there.
I think those new game types, I think you'll
Yeah.
see Gamescom. E3 is just kind of like that teaser. Because they've had so long to work on the game, Gamescom is really where they're going to be like, hey, by the way, ta-da! Same with like the whole eSports
Right.
thing. That's normally when you see a Gamescom. I mean, last year at Gamescom, they flew out a load of teams and was like, hey, let's showcase the game.
Yeah.
So,
guys in the chat, what are you most excited about? I see a whole bunch of RIP Xbox, RIP Xbox,
I think that's the biggest
PS4 for
debate.
life.
That's the biggest debate right now. I think people are taking it away from the game, which is a shame. They're
Yeah.
not looking at the game for what it is, which is actually pretty good looking. Like
Right.
the way we broke down the game, it's like, hey, all the best things that you loved most from Black Ops 2 are coming back. Like if you look at solely just that, then you should be a little bit excited about it, rather than this whole
I'm pumped.
console war.
There were so many people who said it just feels like an improved Black Ops 2, a game that is adapted with where the competitive or FPS scene is in general across all consoles and PC, has used the best from that, the best from Black Ops 2, the best from Call of Duty in the past, and is now all coming together for Black Ops 3. I'm really optimistic. I think today went really well, and last night for Black Ops 3.
Matt and Maeve are on site. They're going to get a chance to play the game either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get Matt's feedback on it. I know he's going to tell us all about it. He'll be at the Season 3 relegation. We talked about Season 3 relegation a little bit earlier on in the show. We're also going to talk about some of the major roster swaps happening in the Call of Duty scene. That's to close out our show between 6 and 7.
There's been a few.
For now, though, we're going to change it and go back to a few of the other games away from Call of Duty for the moment. We're getting into EA's announcement from this morning after the commercial break. Jack,
So
what were
good.
some of the highlights we'll be looking at?
I mean, I think the number one game that everyone was looking at was Star Wars Battlefront. They showed up a full gameplay.
So good.
It looks
I was nerding.
It looks impeccable.
I was nerding out.
And a lot of the worries that people were having with what vehicles you could ride, I was immediately like, well, you can't get in that Benson, and it looked like they changed
I was like,
up
Jack, yes, you can.
a lot of the rules.
And next
to
thing
it.
you know, you see, oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I think they listened to some feedback from the fans, so look forward to that segment.
All right, Battlefront and more when we return, guys. We'll be right back.